Look, we got a lot to get through today. Mike's going to talk to us sort of towards the final segment a little bit about the FTC antitrust trials that Google is currently experiencing the consequences of, and that Meta is just starting.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The FTC won't let me be.
Yes. That's
They
right.
shut me down on MTV.
Yeah, they didn't let Meta buy MTV.
Yeah,
they
that's
thought it
right.
would be anti-competitive.
Jackass can't fall into Zuckerberg's hands.
I sort of believe that.
Yeah. He'll start doing it in an annoying way at his wife's birthday.
No, you know what I think I know what Mark Zuckerberg would do if he bought Jackass is that he would go and kind of vaguely stand around while they did 2 or 3 stunts.
Yeah.
And then do one of like the low rent ones where he just gets like stung by a bee. And then he'd be like, no, this isn't for me. And then just walk away.
I think
like his presidential run.
Yeah. But I think Jackass is also too weird and like homosocial for him. But I also have an opinion that is very unpopular at the moment because Tom Cruise has a new movie out, which is that there is a way to do epic shit that is cringe. Right. And it has to do with that kind of confidence and wealth. You know, like I look at Mark Zuckerberg sort of like wakeboarding with the American flag or whatever. And I look at Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 19 in much the same way where I'm like, you're just doing that because you don't believe consequences are real anymore.
It's not like Steve-O. You know, if Steve-O, I would love to watch.
Steve-O is the most consequence familiar man in the world.
Yeah. Steve-O could wakeboard with the American flag, but Zuckerberg could not fuck Stacey Solomon.
I believe that.
And that is the difference.
Steve-O could be in the new Mission Impossible, and I think that would make it much better.
We've got to jump a motorbike.
I'm Steve-O, and this is climbing the Burj Khalifa.
Yeah, I don't know why it was necessary for Ethan Hunt to like staple his scrotum to his thigh in order to get the nuclear code. But
It's the only way, Ethan. You've got to let a snake bite your dick.
Yeah.
The only way.
It's like Simon Pegg being like, Ethan, the only way to make it through their security is to set off a metal detector in one very specific way. We need to staple your balls to your thigh.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to eat this human turd.
Yeah. The codes are playing over a speaker, which is inside this diving helmet full of farts. I'm so sorry, Ethan. You're going to have to hold your breath.
Okay, this is the best movie I think that's ever.
I was gonna say, this needs funding. This is incredible.
Yeah, we need to fund the Jackass guys now in their like what 50s, 60s need to come do Mission Impossible 7.
Have you seen Johnny Knoxville walk? Like try to walk? He looks fucked up. It's really like it has caught up to his body.
all
I
of
don't
these
know.
guys, all of their joints sound like a bag full of marbles being rolled down a marble staircase. It's like I mean the thing about the latest Jackass is that they tried to pass the baton, but the only people who are interested in doing that Jackass shit are weird trans people, and I look forward to that becoming the new normal. You know?
Oh no, it's blown my dick off.
This isn't what I wanted to happen at all.
Gender affirming care in Britain. UK Jackass.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I'm Jane Knoxville.
Yeah, Jane ass.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be so scared if I was in a raspy voice competition and I was up against Steve-O and Emily Maitlis. Terrible.
Listen, Steve-O, I've had 400 B&H and I'm here to ask you some questions about why you stapled your scrotum to your leg.
The interview that changed everything.
I just don't understand how that was going to help us save the world.
Yeah, we got Steve-O.
Yeah.
Almost no one can get that unless they email him.
Yeah. Handing Ethan Hunt a costume, and it's like an old man costume, and he's like, oh yeah, classic, and then like a handful of Viagra, and he's like, what are these for?
Okay, all right. It's time to talk about some stuff. Some things.
Items.
Yes.
Dario's.
Item the first. Dario item the first. This is like I said I'm not going to do any UK news today, but there's one thing that I cannot not talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is, and
You're a junkie, I understand.
we mentioned this to Mike just before we started.
Yeah, tell me.
Which is, we had to speak sort of carefully about this because I believe there's now, these guys have been charged and there's a trial ongoing, but the guys who've been charged, the 3 like Ukrainian, Romanian guys who've been charged with setting a bunch of fires outside of Keir Starmer's house, there is now a kind of consensus building, either by like blue check Twitter people who are just saying it, or people like Annunziata Rees-Mogg who are like hinting at it, which is that...
Announcement Rees-Mogg.
Yeah,
She's got an announcement to make, all right?
Yeah. announcements, Rees-Mogg, which is that the 3 guys, because one of them has like an amateur modeling
all
profile.
Of them. This is like genuinely, at least 2, maybe all 3 of them are, as the BBC tactfully puts it, aspiring actors or aspiring models, right? If
All
you follow
publicity is good publicity, Pasha. It's called guerrilla marketing. Why do I have to explain everything to you?
Yeah. In addition to being what could possibly be a really wonderful Coen Brothers movie premise.
The time 3 Ukrainian twinks burned down the prime minister's old flat. Yes.
Allegedly.
Awesome. Allegedly. Sorry. Excuse
Maybe.
me.
We can't say for sure.
Yeah, no, legally, right? There are lots of. We see what they want to do with this, right? Which is everyone involved in this wants there to be a big tabloid headline that's like gay Starmer's Ukrainian bum sex rent boy scandal.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's just creeping Americanization.
Yeah.
That's just the Obama limo story repurposed for here.
I don't know.
Except it's actually also the plot of the film JFK. There's a gay conspiracy to kill Keir Starmer.
It's fine. I just didn't expect them to be Ukrainian.
Yeah.
You're liberal, Mr. Garrison.
Now, the British government would have you believe that.
But the thing is, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced that that's true because to me, Starmer Ukrainian rent boy bum sex scandal or whatever the fuck they want to print about this would make me feel proud to be British, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not a long list of things that make me proud to be from this country, but that would be up there.
Not since the times of John Profumo have we had a proper bum sex scandal.
It's true. It's like you barely even get Tories killing themselves with like autoerotic asphyxiation anymore, right? Like some good old-fashioned sleaze, gay prime minister. It would be like back in the 60s again.
Well, the quality of the doors in some of these new builds, you can barely even hang a belt off them. That's the truth of it. You know, if you live in a persimmon house, good luck dying in a wanking accident. That door frame's going to give way long before you asphyxiate, sunshine. In a way, it's health and safety.
Yeah. Why do you think Margaret Thatcher tried to popularize Barrett homes among Tories in the 1990s?
Yeah. And it's a good job you can't come because it's going to go straight through the plasterboard. Paper thin, that is.
Look, so we legally cannot really say much else about this other than it seems like the consensus on the right is that he was fucking them or they were fucking him and either he didn't pay or jilted all 3 of them.
Yeah. The kind of arson you only see in Eastern European sex work. Yeah. I mean, I think the only position we can legally take is, damn, it's crazy that happened, which is helpful for me because that's also my personal feeling.
Damn,
that's crazy. That is a pretty good response to most things.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think Lord Ali should be paying Keir Starmer's rent boy bill. Clearly, he's hard up.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like when we did the clothing scandal. It turned out that all the clothes that he bought supposedly for Starmer were a bunch of size XS mesh tank tops.
It all fits together.
I like to wear them to the gym.
There's another thing I wanted to talk about.
They're breathable.
Another thing I want to talk about is this is something we've been alluding to for a moment, but for approximately, Mike, is this still going on? Is Grok still steering conversations towards questions of white genocide in South Africa, or have they fixed that in what apparently is their test and prod environment?
Oh my God. So yeah, exactly. It was, I imagine you guys have talked about it a little bit before, but like it was this thing where they did come out with a post-mortem, but opaquely worded saying, you know, like a rogue employee basically made a chain. Yeah, exactly.
Some rogue South African at
3 a.m.
Yeah.
Fucking prime time hours for some people to be up and doing things. So that was like the most. And then they published like, here are some of the commit changes to our code because we're going to try to be transparent. But like, so they ended that, but then it also started doing a different thing, which was like have the politics of a 13-year-old boy who listens to like System of a Down. And then it says like, don't trust anyone, don't trust the government. Everything should be suspicious.
Excited for Grok to transition in about 5 years' time. Yes, another one of Elon's children.
Wake up. Grok, am I allowed to wear a little makeup? And Grok's like, no.
Yeah.